Yeah, hi, good morning, good evening, everyone. So, welcome to my channel. So, this channel is purely for the education purpose. I don't have any intention to earn money or something like, but I want to share my knowledge which I earned last 20 years. So, let's come to the topic. So, today my topic is, or today we are going to discuss is NAT, Network Address Translation. If you guys are studying on CCNA or some you like CCNP, so I believe you guys have heard about the NAT. When you're going for an interview, definitely this question will ask for the engineer who has experience of 2 or 3 years. What is NAT and why we need the NAT? So this diagram, I want to explain you what is NAT, why we require NAT. After that, I will show you the configuration before NAT and after NAT so that you guys will compare how this NAT is work. So suppose this is my end user sitting here. This I am just going to explain the devices. This is L2 switch, L3 router, branch router, ISP router, and this is a cloud server. Like for I am taking example of Facebook or any other server. So first we need to understand how many types of NAT. So we have the three type of NAT basically. One is static NAT, another one is dynamic NAT, another one is PAT, which is called a port address translation. So why we require NAT? The question is this. Then we can go further that the network address translation. See, in this world when the network was invented, so we have some few we and the team which decided some few, that we need to give unique ID. I'm giving the what is the meaning of unique ID. I'm giving example. Suppose this is my, I believe you guys already know that what is private range and public range. If you don't know private range or public range, please see my another video. I will update on that. So I'm come to topic. So we have two type of IPs basically. One is private IP, another one is public IP. So private IP, suppose I am using 192.168.50.10. This is my private range. Even if I am running business in one building A, the another building also maybe they are using this range. Anyone can use this private range because this is a purely in private in your network. But for give the unique identity, we need to give specific identity to our devices. So in that case, the public IP come into the picture. So public IP provide the unique identity to our device and to our recognition in the world where our traffic is hitting to the server. But why? So question is, because public IP we need to pay some certain amount to our ISP to get the public IP. Private IP is free. But suppose if I have the 300 user, I can't buy 300 public IP to users. It will cost. And we have some limitation of the public IP also. Now these days people are using IPv6 and they are moving, but still we have limitations because public IP is unique. So to save the public IP and to save the money or to provide the unique identity, NAT come into the picture, which is called NAT address translation. So what the NAT is doing? NAT is converting our private IP to public to reach and access the public server. So this is basically NAT simple definition. So it means I have suppose like hundreds of IP in private range, but my public IP here I am taking 1.1.1 is 1. So like if I can ask, so this all IPs bind with this ones, bind with this one. Maybe I will get more IPs. When this IP will go to the cloud, when this IP will go to the cloud, it will go the only the identity of 111. So outside the world, people only know by me or my company by the public IP is 1. So how this is possible? So in this scenario, the NAT is come into the picture. So this is a very basic definition of NAT. So next I am going to show what will happen if you don't have NAT. The practical, what will happen if you have NAT. Okay, so this is basic diagram where my focus is only this branch router and ISP router, where I need to show you that how the NAT is working, or without NAT how it's working. So currently I am giving you example where NAT is not configured, then you see what will happen. I am telling you this is very useful video, because you know that when I started my career I get so much confused about the NAT, the things. But if you see this video properly, I believe you guys are able to understand what is the difference without NAT packet and with NAT packet. Okay, so let me come to this my branch router. So this branch router I have configured two IPs, one is my LAN and one is WAN, but currently I am focusing on 1.1, which I explained. So this is my public IP, which I will get for, which I already got from ISP, or you will get from ISP when you configuring the router. Okay, and my remote IP is, when I'm pinging 1.1.2, is my ISP IP. So when I'm pinging my ISP IP, I enable the logs. So let me go to my ISP router. So here is my ISP router. I enable the logs. Whenever I'm trying to ping 1.1.2, it will generate the logs. See, with these logs are showing I am receiving a request for 1.1.1. Okay, now let me ping me from the source, which is another IP, which 50.1. okay, so let me ping. I am pinging 1.1.2 with the source IP 192.168.50.1. that is my source IP. I am again pinging this. It will give the generate that your request is coming from 1.1.2. it means currently there is no NAT is configured. When there is a no NAT is configured, when you communicating even public to public IP, you will get the real source IP from the end user. So that is a very critical and important concept. When you are configuring NAT, or when you are not configuring NAT, you need to understand what IP you are handover from this ISP to this ISP. It is totally managed by the NAT part, because sometime what happened, the ISP said that no, we need a request from some specific IP, and you know when you do the NAT, you are not getting that. So in that scenario, it will really help you. I am again asking, when you pinging with the source, when you don't have NAT, you will get the real source IP for the destination side. So next I am going to configure NAT, and I will show you what will the impact when the NAT will configure. For the configuration of NAT, I need to configure first access list. So I am configuring simple access list, IP access list, extended. I just give the name like test. There are two type of access list. I believe you guys know. If you know, then you need to watch my another video. So this is actually I am permitting simple IP 192.168 because I consider 50.0. I am adding false subnet. So this is only testing purpose. So any any. Sorry, is for log I am enabling the log also here. So I configure this. So this is test. So I need to call this access list on my IP net. So IP net inside source list, the name, what name I configure, I just configure test. So test. After that I need to bind that which interface is going to, the interface is it's for me, let me check, my interface is f0/0. So okay, so 0/0. Then after that interface, sorry, it's a fast net 0/0. So I also want the overload. So here I enable the NAT. Now what I need to do, I need to enable NAT on the both the interfaces. I have the two interfaces. So I am just configuring fast Ethernet 0/0 IP NAT outside. Another one, if I have LAN, I interface fast Ethernet 0/1.20 IP NAT inside. Okay, so now see, I configure NAT. When we need to verify your NAT is working, you need to run this command show IP NAT translation. Currently I am not able to see any translation. Let me ping 1.1.1.2 with the source IP 192.168.50.1. let's see what will happen. IP NAT, show IP NAT translation. I think there is some configuration missing. Let me check. Show run. I need to check that NAT is enabled or not. Here IP NAT. Okay. So it's a show run interface fast NAT 0/1.10. See guys, this is a mistake. I don't configure NAT inside, I am configuring now. Then you will see the result is different. So it's a good actually, even when you're doing the troubleshooting, it's a good actually that IP NAT inside. So I configure the NAT now. I need to save. Okay. Now let me ping 1.1.1.2 with the source IP 192.168.50.1. Okay, I am pinging now. Now see show IP NAT translation. Still it's not coming. Something is again wrong. We are able to ping. Let me. Okay, it's fine. Okay. Yes guys, see that when I am pinging with the source of 50.1, earlier get which IP, now see the difference here. You are getting only the IP which you receive 1.1. You are not getting which is showing earlier 50.1. When I'm trying to ping, it's without NAT it is getting 50.1. Actual source with NAT it is getting 1.1. Even you can verify by show IP NAT translation also. It will help you. See, it will help you that okay, when you, this is inside public IP, this is which we are configuring router inside local IP which is 50.1. what is outside local IP this one, and outside global IP is this one. So my friend, I hope you are able to understand why we use the NAT. First, how the NAT translation will work, because we are getting only specific public IP from ISP. So suppose if we have 1000 users currently using, we need to bind those 1000 user with NAT so that the outside world will only able to see over this public IP. He is not aware what is inside. We are either we have different subnet C class, B class. You can bind millions of IP with one public IP. So that I am going to close this class now, but I want to that you guys will get more clarity in the NAT side. So this is a NAT. I am coming with the also the dynamic NAT or port NAT also. Thank you.